Say, Mr. Code, do you remember when we started that band?
Yeah, what about it?
Good times, good times.
It's a brand new day, and the sun is high. All the birds are singing that you're gonna die.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Well, that did happen yesterday, Judge. I think you're starting to lose it.
Now see here, I've been a judge for a very long time.
Judge? Judge? You okay there? Judge!
What? Enemy infantry, 9 o'clock.
What? Ow! Why would you do that?
Yeah, take that, you dirty rotten assassin. Now where's that Mr. Coat fellow to do the cross-examination with?
Oh, dying. The main six watched Fluttershy's solo performance, and Rarity asked her to join the Ponytones music group. From the very beginning of the episode, the flow of this story is absolutely telegraphed, and is probably one of the more predictable episodes of Season 4. Yet, predictability isn't a bad thing, as long as the characters can play well off the situations. Pinkie, with no subtlety whatsoever, outright lists every possible reason Fluttershy has to fear a live performance. And the fact that the main six question why Fluttershy doesn't want to perform on stage is basically a wink to the audience hinting wacky shenanigans are incoming, and remind everyone that she is shy.
Everybody got that?
I'll come back later to this, but for now, Fluttershy's assertive nature also resurfaces, which shows how deep her hidden levels of resolve are when dealing with decisions she's hesitant about. Being able to say no not just to anyone but her own friends shows how far she's come in her assertiveness training, saying no to Rarity's out-of-line statement of joining the Ponytones without really asking her. But Rarity redeems herself, respecting Fluttershy's decision. And speaking of the Ponytones...
Every pony's saying you should learn to express your voice.
Big Mac singing! Seriously, what else do I have to say here? It's glorious. And it's here where we see the beginning of Fluttershy's budding interest in musical performances. More on that later, and now back to my earlier thought about the tone and flow of the episode. It's all with this line right here.
It is wonderful when a plan comes together without any sort of drama.
Yep, nothing could possibly go wrong. No conflict whatsoever. You know what that means.
Whoa, I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me.
Hilarity ensues.
Gwah!
Fluttershy stands in for Big Mac's vocal performance while once again becoming Flutter Guy. Now, I know I've been poking fun at this story, but again, despite its predictability, it is highly enjoyable how the episode is pretty much mocking itself at the series of ludicrous situations that led to this dilemma. But with that, the characters are taking unusual but logical solutions to solve their problem. Though how could they 100% predict that Fluttershy would receive her deeper voice upon exposure to the poison joke, and not have some other strange anomaly happen to her? But that's just a minor nitpick. Thus we see Fluttershy's initial performance, and is a complete success. The townsfolk applauding the performance and her next character arc growth, as she lavishes in the praise, and with each performance her confidence grows as she willingly chooses to continue on with the act, and become more open and enthusiastic with her singing abilities, to the point where Big Mac is struggling to keep up with her increasingly animated performances, and also flustered for other reasons as well. At the final performance, when she's revealed, her phobia hits her hard, and we see something of David Lynch's nightmares. At the sudden reveal, she freaks out, and rightfully so, not knowing how to handle the situation, and runs off to cure herself, believing it's the only solution to prevent her from ever encountering such an event again. Though at this point, I do wonder how the play in Hearthstone Eve went in real time, if Fluttershy has said phobia of stage fright. From her reaction in this episode, it seemed that such an endeavor back then would have been impossible. I really like this whole ending struggle that Fluttershy has with her love of singing versus her stage fright, running from her friend's praise, not knowing what to do or what to say, and eventually ends up back at the stage and essentially the object and source of her fear, but eventually realizes that she can begin to overcome her fears by taking baby steps. As her friends point out, she did enjoy the admiration from the crowd. The moral perfectly encompasses the overall situation that the audience can identify with, where someone who attempts to conquer their own fears doesn't immediately attack the source of the fear, but slowly builds a tolerance, taking small steps toward their goal, and eventually can overcome their fear and break free of their binds. This was a great episode in exploring Fluttershy's character, as we see her slowly broadening her horizons, breaking out of her shell, and an overall great episode despite its predictability that had some great surprises. The songs were upbeat and the humor was fantastic. Also, jackalopes. Dinky has a turtle.
Tortoise!
Whatever. A well-executed parody to singer Filli Vanilli's lip-syncing fiasco. Goldilicious came all the way to Ponyville to add more to her hoarding addiction, Spider Pinkie, and Fluttershy in a sweater. Pathetic!